Jai Hind everyone. I am MISHRA, second year MBBS student at King George's Medical University, Lucknow. Welcome to my channel. In this video of the NEET Decode series, we will be covering about the preparation strategy for those students who have not been able to clear NEET in this attempt and are planning to take a drop attempt. This video will contain all the information, books required, the preparation strategy, what to do, what not to do, and lots of motivational contents. So please don't forget to watch this video till the very end, and if you find our content helpful, please do like, subscribe and share this video to your friends as much as possible. So without further ado, let's get started. I am not deserving enough यार मुझसे नीट एग्जाम क्रैक नहीं हो रहा तो आगे लाइफ में क्या करूंगा मैं कितना भी ट्राई कर लो नीट एग्जाम तो मेरे से होने से रहा If you are getting these type of negative thoughts, then my friends, you are in a self-doubt after NEET exam. And self-doubt is the #1 competitor of you and your success rate. So you must bust your self-doubt first. There are many people who come here after getting 2 drops, 3 drops, and they are doing extremely fine in the medical college just like their other peers. ये भी एक दौर ही है, गुजर जाएगा. रख हौसला मेरे दोस्त, अपना टाइम जरूर आएगा. So if you are a student who are getting 500 to 600 marks and you are just shy of getting to the cutoff mark, then you should invest in 1 or 2 years in your drop preparation. If you can afford it, you study consistently, then you can improve your marks over 1 year or 2 years of constant preparation and you will be able to get to the cutoff. If you are not feeling fully confident about being a medical professional, so please do not try to waste your precious years of youth in the preparation of NEET exam. It's just a futile exercise to prepare for something that you do not like to enter. The first strategy that you have to follow, and in the starting of the preparation itself, is to eat the frog first. That is to say that you have to clear your concept of the most difficult topics that you are facing, the most underprepared topic from your last year's attempt, so that you are fully prepared about those topics and they are not becoming a nightmare this time in the exam. So let's say if you have problem in some chapters like rotational motion in physics, so go clear your concepts from any resources, any online sources, and then solve questions, then read the NCERT, do everything that you can to clear your concept, and then when you finish all these unfinished and unprepared and difficult chapters, then you will gain a lot of confidence regarding this year's attempt and they will not become nightmare in your exam. The second preparation strategy is that you have to change your reading habit. You have to tweak in your reading style that you have been following in the last year. For example, you cannot study the whole chapter and then do the question. Do the opposite. Do the questions first. Do the previous year question and question banks and identify the portion that are frequently asked and those portions that you have difficulty in answering, and read those 2 topics in the books in the NCERT or in any book so that you can clear your concepts and you can also have a good confidence on these weak topics as well as fully prepared about the topics that are frequently asked in the exam. The third thing is that you have to cover each and every topic of each and every chapter that is given in your syllabus. Okay, do not try to ignore those small chapters and those insignificant chapters that most coaching institutes don't teach, because questions can arise from those chapters also and they are also of the same marks. And also the thing is that you have just to learn something, and so you can score the same marks by studying for much less time than those difficult concepts or other things. So do not leave any topic of any chapter. The fourth part is solving more and more questions. So if I be frank, then what is the difference between those who get selected and those who do not get selected? I think most of the time the difference is the number of questions practiced by the student. Okay, if you are underprepared, if you have not prepared with enough number of questions, if you have not encountered different types of questions in each and every subject, you will not be able to gain that confidence and that mastery of the technique to solve questions. So question practice is the most fundamental thing to improve your marks. So please do more and more questions. And as I said, the questions should be relevant to your syllabus only. Use NCERT based materials, use previous year questions and those of the last 10 years also. It is not about the number of questions, but it is about the quality of the question and your understanding of the process of the solution. So do not go about one material to other material and different materials. Use the similar materials, same materials, and do them once, twice, thrice. Okay, so that you will develop a good amount of confidence and you can develop a good approach of how to solve those questions. And a nice trick that I will give you is that you should analyze on your questions. Okay, you should start analyzing your tests and your mistakes and write them in a mistake book, a type of copy in which you write all the questions that you marked wrong. And once you are revising, then do see the questions and solve them in your rough copy and match the answer. Okay, this mistake book will help you to cover all your doubts regarding the preparation, so that whenever you encounter a new type of question, put it in your mistake book, and once revising this topic, then you can easily revise all those questions in your mistake book. This point is most important, that all the materials that you are preparing should be strictly NCERT based. The fifth and the most important part, that all your study materials should be strictly based on the NCERT. You have to understand the value of NCERT. I have talked to many of my friends who have taken drop year, and most of them say that they did not practice NCERT in the first attempt, therefore they were not able to clear NEET in the first attempt. Still, there are many people who are going extravagant with their materials, so please do not do so. Stick to NCERT. In biology and chemistry, strictly stick to NCERT. Okay, no questions are going to be asked that are out of NCERT. In physics also, try to read NCERT of physics and try to solve questions that are limited to the NCERT level concepts and previous year questions. Do not go for very extravagant questions and waste your time, because you have only 1 year to prepare for 2 years worth of syllabus. The next point that I want to mention is that you must learn the concept behind the application of a formula. Do not cram the formula like you did in your previous attempt. There are many students who do not understand some basic concepts of physics, and then they end up cramming up formulas and equations and all those results, and they are going to solve question. Okay, maybe you can solve question, maybe some type of questions can be solved, but over here you will forget those formulas and it will be very difficult to cope up with so much information that you will break out. So focus more on the application of the concept, and that why this formula is applicable here. So once you are familiar with the concept, then you do not need to worry about cramming all those equations and all those results. Now, this revision, as you know, is the best way to retain concept for a long time period. Now, what is spaced repetition? Spaced repetition is a revision technique in which whatever you read today, you revise it tomorrow, then after 3 days, then after 7 days, then after 15 days, then after 1 month, and then after 6 months. When you revise through this spaced repetition process, you will not forget these things. They will be etched in your permanent memory. Now the first thing you have to do is study enough. Okay, you know this is the competitive exam and there are many different type of issues coming, there are many different type of student, lots of crowd is there in the exam. So you have to study enough. Okay, and what is enough? Actually speaking, nothing is enough. So you have to gauge your potential and what is enough for you, what amount of hard work that you can give. Try to study in 3-hour blocks, because you have to increase your attention span for 3 hours, because NEET is a 3-hour long exam. You have to be attentive on all those 3 hours. So increase your attention span to 3 hours. Try to study in 3-hour blocks every day, as much blocks as you can do. Try to study for at least 9 to 12 hours. Okay, and if you have most of concepts clear and you have proper notes, then do not try to join any coaching institute because of FOMO. To be consistent in your preparation, you can take some test series so that you get periodic tests and gauge your potential up to that. The second thing is you have to plan your whole journey for the year, because it is only 1 year and you have to clear your concepts also, and then you have to revise the information of 2 years worth of syllabus. So you have to plan each and every month well in advance, that in which month you are doing which chapters and revising which chapters, which tests are you going to give, and which topics are you focusing more on these months. So if you want to revise and study this large syllabus in a limited amount of time, so please plan your journey ahead so that your work doesn't go wasted. The third part is removing distraction. It is very important in your NEET drop year preparation, because if you are prepared for NEET, you already know that how challenging the journey is, and the drop year is even more demanding and even more intensive than the NEET fresher attempt. In the drop year, you are beginning to forget what you have learned 2 3 years earlier, as well as you have to study 2 years worth of syllabus in 1 year itself. And also there are lots of demotivations coming here, so you have to remove all sorts of distraction, all sorts of social media, porn, gaming, all those toxic peer pressure and friend circles. You have to leave them all for 1 year. If you want to get a good medical college, then you have to give some sacrifices. So instead of wasting your time in the glooming world of social media, try devoting those time to sports and your fitness and your health and also your mental health, so you are better prepared for the exam and your body is healthy to help you in the long run. This is the most important part for dropper student, to keep up the motivation of preparation. There will be many negative comments, even your family members, even your parents or your close relatives will even your parents, your close relative will lose hope in you. Your friends that will get an MBBS seat will brag about their journeys, and you will feel very much demotivated in this phase. But you must not lose your inner battle. You must not lose your self belief. Okay, you do not fall in the trap of self doubt. Okay, keep some motivating people with you. Cut contacts with those toxic people who demotivate you in every way. Keep friends with only one or two people who are supporting you, who are constantly motivating you to do your best. You must know that NEET is just an exam, okay? And as Einstein said, a single piece of paper cannot decide your future, and it's the correct thing, because ऐसा नहीं है कि जिसका भी नीट एग्जाम नहीं होता है they fail in their life and they do nothing. There are many students even after clearing NEET, they are not able to clear MBBS and they are not able to become a doctor. And I have seen many students who have not been able to clear NEET, but they are doing extremely well in their field. Okay, so NEET is not the end of your life. Okay, it's just a beginning of a new life as a medical student. But if you are not able to clear NEET, then there are many other options left. What you become in your life does not depend on the result of exam. Okay, it depends solely on your passion, your hard work, and some luck. Be true to yourself, do constant hard work, but do not lose hope.